Why is that even a question? He provided the weapons. Maria was in contact with her and trust her? I mean, Beata is pretty much tsundere. As if Butler is a voyager. I guess it's powerful, right? You know he can. So my reasoning was correct. Okay, she is a witch, never mind. She got 5. Yo, Rumove! It actually happened. Hello and welcome, PocketWatch here, and it's about time for another episode of Umineko. So we are back. We are back at the tea party for those who are not witches. And we're continuing because Butler starting to think. So let's see what's going to happen. And I think you can like this episode. If you like this episode, you can also dislike it if you dislike it, and you can also subscribe if you're still not subscribed. And yeah, let's go. Now that it's too late to change anything, and I have an endless amount of time on my hands, let me think. One more time. Let me think about the red truth Vargilia gave me. And the crutch called the Decalogue that Lanor lent me. With the red truth, Vargilia guaranteed that at the very least, Beato left enough room in the tale for me to achieve victory. The Red Truth guarantee will give me the power to start my heart beating once again. I like this soundtrack. It's like... oh my god, it's like rising. It's like you rise to your power. It's almost divine. And there's the... yeah. Even she began by warning me that the Decalogue isn't so almighty that it can solve all riddles. But even so, she kind of described it as a method to solve. No, to take on riddles. Let me try it. Even though there's no guarantee whenever this tale is mystery or fantasy, let me believe that I will definitely be able to solve it. If that it is a solvable tale, a mystery, and let me make one last attempt. Okay, let's see what butlers do, and I can like interpret it and make it work for like other episodes. Let's see. I will understand it better if Butler do this. Let's check it out. Okay. Back to the room with tea party. When I came to, I was suddenly in that strange tea room, where I had often argued furiously with Beato across the table. Of course, Beato was nowhere to be found. It was just me, isolated and alone. That's alright. Even so, I won't stop thinking. Okay then. What were the Nox commandments again? I'm sure Lanor explained most of them when slamming me with them. Yeah. Of course, even I recall them vaguely. What was the first one again? Hi, Gertrude!
ノックス第1条。犯人は物語当初の登場人物以外を禁ず。
Forbidden for culprit to be anyone not mentioned in the early part of the story. So basically, all the characters that are introduced, any of these characters can be the culprit, can be someone new. So that cannot be the man from 19 years ago. Because he was introduced later. When I muttered about what the first one was, Lanor's subordinate appeared, as if an answer to my question. Without bothering with an unnecessary hello, she told me nothing more or less than what I wanted to know.
そうだったな。第一条。犯人は物語の最初から登場している人物でなければならない。
Does that mean that by the end of the first game, the culprit must have appeared already? I mean, yeah, there were murders, like Honorok and Jimata must be a culprit. That's like... why is that even a question? true, that's the most basic of basics in the mystery genre. A given. Like, even I don't like read. I never read other mystery games or like novels or anything. But at common sense, like, you have like murders appearing on Rokkenjima. So obviously there's a culprit. So what do you mean by the end? A given? Have I really kept that as a basic assumption? With each new game, the number of people in the scale keep increasing. Not really, it's still 17, we established that with the red truth. That validates the closed circle rule. From the moment onwards, everything is screwed up. Did I give up on the inside, thinking that the culprit or mastermind must not shown up yet and the reasoning was therefore useless? That's stupid. If I read this tale as a fantasy, new characters keep showing up to the point where even having demon kings or gods or divine creators appear wouldn't be strange at all. Yep. They're just illusions. Probably, or like some applications of like real life objects like stakes were produced near New York, as we established in the Tea Party before, in 1960. So I guess Winchesters that Kinzo has are probably Chester sisters, maybe? Like, Winchesters. Ah? That's actually a pun from my Discord. Someone posted it. I don't remember now who. I don't have Discord open up, so cannot check. However, if I read it as a mystery and stick with that conviction, then there's no need to worry at all about anyone who shows up later. Yeah, pretty much. Like Renova, Gap, these all can be just established as things that don't exist, and you just like they're just like for the reader perspective. I talked about this like in the previous like theories as well. Like I was expecting like Jessica fighting with Renova was just Jessica fighting with like, or not even fighting, just talking with Genji, because Genji probably could be alive at that point. That was like my initial thought for like episode 4, for example. And we have like Renova and Genji having the same name and stuff. Yeah. Because Nox first clearly lures them out, stating that it's impossible for culprit to be anyone who appears later in the story. Of course, there's also what both Nanner and Vargilia said. There's no guarantee that these tales follow the rule of the Decalogue. Yeah. That's why it's not easy! So of course, I can't deny the possibility that the culprit first appeared on the second game or later. Really? Then what about... There must be a culprit in the first game because there are murders. Butler! Butler! How is this possible that there will be no culprit in episode 1 when there's definitely one? Like, what else? Like, what, everyone just had like tragic accident and they just like died in the sheds for some reason? Like, come on. However, this is one way of thinking. This time, I will forget about the Devil's Proof completely and try to borrow the power of the Decalogue in my thinking. After all, I know by now that I will never be able to reach the truth without looking for multiple perspectives.
何度も繰り返されたこのゲームの犯人は全て18人の中の誰かだってことになる。
17. Kinzo is dead.
19人目の幻想なんて初めから必要ない。
Yeah, that was like the theory for like very beginning, and it was like debunked in like... Actually, it was debunked only in the episode 4. No, episode 3, I think. Yeah, episode 3 was the 17 people. Even the first of Nox commandments. I guess he can say 18 because he can kind of include Kinzo, I guess. We know he's dead, but Kinzo was mentioned, so he could be even if he's dead, he can be like responsible for what's happening, if you know what I mean. Like he has like something. Like for example, he had the guns, like Winchesters. So if Chester sisters are Winchesters, for example, then he provided the weapons for the culprit later on in the story to use. So we can still say that Kinzo is kind of at fault because he provided like tools for the massacre. Even the first of the Nox commandments denies the existence of an unknown person known as the witch from the very start. If I had followed that in the truest sense, I might not have suffered so miserably in the second game.
ノックスの
謹んで申し上げたてまつるノックス第2条探偵方法に超自然能力の使用を禁ず
Yeah, so devil proofs, magic, teleports, and stuff. Red truths. Red truths. God damn it. Clan or other subordinate appeared without the sound and gave me an answer to my question. That's right. A detective can go around using magic.
そしてこれがフェアな戦いであるならば探偵と同様に犯人もまた魔法を使ってはならないということだよな
Yeah.
謹んで申し上げる。解釈は自由と知りたまえ。
Up to you. Okay. Interesting. So as I thought, like I said before, the interpretation of Nox rules can be... There can be like many interpretations of the Nox rules. Like, for example, what is the hidden door actually? For the third one.
だああ俺の自由に解釈させてもらうぜ
Okay. That's what you guys always encourage me to do as well. Like, if I ask you something, if I'm like thinking correctly and stuff, the most common answer is if you think that's right. If this game is a fair battle between me and Beato, then because this is solvable, it features no elements, which are impossible to explain with logic. Okay? In other words, magic cannot, must not exist. Okay, so what are the golden butterflies that everyone's saying everywhere? When it does appear, I shouldn't suspect that the mystery element is breaking down, but I should instead question why it was shown and suspect the witness and observers. Yeah, like, we should question why the hell golden butterflies appear each time the magic appears. Is it just for the viewer? I don't think it's just for the viewer, because characters in the game sees golden butterflies. So what, they're like drugged and they have hallucinations? Or there's like, I don't know. That's right, that was Beato's greatest weapon in the second game. Deception of magic that have no place in the mystery. By showing me that, she forced me to think that this tale wasn't a mystery, and therefore the reasoning was impossible and I surrendered. However, if I had believed unshakably that it was a mystery, it would have been completely obvious to doubt the witness who claimed to have seen those things. Also at the end of the first game, it was revealed that this tale had been passed on to people in the future by means of the message bottle. That's true. Someone wrote down the incident in the form of a story. In other words, this entire story is a word which includes the personal opinions of an observer. Namely, the person who wrote that message in the bottle. In other words, the observer isn't God. It's human. Therefore, there's no guarantee that the deceptions are truly impartial. Yeah, And if we know... Also... Because the handwriting is the same as Beato's, right? So the one who met with Maria and create the magic sorcier. So basically Maria no... Okay, so Maria no... Okay, so... If culprit is Beato... I don't know, I mean, it's obvious, right? Like, if culprit is Beato, Maria knows who Beato is, and Beato cannot be like magical witch, so whoever have like... Whoever is Beato is a woman, and Maria was in contact with her and trust her, and she was around at the time when Maria was young, like younger, like 3 years ago, and at that time Butler was not around because Butler was missing for 6 years. Okay, that's for later. I need to like check like Maria relationships with other characters. I'm so freaking suspicious about Shannon and Jessica at this point. I need to check what kind of relationship have Jessica with Maria and Shannon with Maria. How good relationship have Shannon with Maria and Jessica with Maria? By the end of the first game, it's already been made clear that the text violated a constant premise of mystery stories. That they must be taught from the god's eye view. For that reason, it's possible to doubt not just the witnesses, but the observer as well. If I couldn't doubt this much, then no matter how many seemingly unsolvable displays of magic appeared, I wouldn't have had to blindly accept them and given up. However, that raises the question: is it even possible to solve a story written by an observer who isn't impartial? All reasoning ends here if you get obsessed with this. Obsessed with this? Obsessed or obsessed? That's why it's so important for me to believe that Beato is trying to fight me through the sale. Because it's fight, that means I've been given a chance of winning. The fact I've been given that must mean that reasoning is possible. This part is the hardest. Unless I believe that the cruel witch took on the risk of losing and tried to have a fair fight with me, I can't get past this part. Virgilia, right. It's just like love. Without love it cannot be seen. God damn it! We're actually getting this! If I can believe that Beato is fighting me head on, with everything she got, I won't be able to reason any further on this. Alright, I will admit it. Unless I admit that we are in love, I won't be able to get any further. Oh my god, we are actually going into this territory. Game's actually going into this territory. When Virgilia ran out of patience with the two of us, shy and incapable as we were to admit that out loud, she gave me that red trough instead. That was the red trough saying Beata wanted me to solve the riddle of this game, so she created them to be solvable. What the hell is that? It's like Sato-san in class A says he likes you. Like hearing a love confession via a friend. I really am pitiful. Reasoning is love. If we don't love each other, the logic won't open up. How does it work? Ah. But I don't love Beato. I mean, that depends. In that case, why can't we just say that we love each other? If you think you can solve it, just you try. You are incompetent. Like hell you can solve it. Yeah, according to Georgia Nikki, you call that sort of thing tsundora. Okay. I mean, Beato is pretty much tsundere. That brutal witch is finally starting to look a bit cute. If I meet her again, I wanna try saying, you are such a tsundora. If I meet her again, somewhere. How the love? Okay, I still don't get it. How love helps him solve it? You mean it's just the matter of trust? If you trust that you can solve it? If that's just that, then I trust I can solve it anyway, so I don't need that. Or maybe do I don't know.
純不動でいいぜ。使えそうなやつを頼む。
Okay.
謹んで申し上げる。ノックス第8
Okay, 8.
提示されない手がかりでの解決を禁ず。
Okay. So we cannot use hidden devices, tape recorders, and stuff like that, right? So only the things that we know that exist.
謹んで申し上げる。ノックス第6条探偵方法に偶然と第6巻の使用を禁ず。
Accident or intuition to be employed. Okay, so I forgot about about 6 and the accident. So I cannot like say like in the case like culprit, for example, died by accident, or there was an accident and he died by accident. If I cannot explain how someone died, I cannot say that he tripped over and like just got and died because of accident. I just cannot say that. It must not be solved with the clues that aren't present, and it must not be solved by luck. If this tale is made to be solvable, we can read this the opposite way. In other words, clues must have been prepared so that the tale can be solved, and it has to have been made in a way that it can be solved without relying on the luck. I wonder if that shrine has something is a clue. I bet this shrine is a clue. It must be the clue. That shrine where they had that mirror that Shan was supposed to like break. And the shrine is missing at some point. Actually, in the beginning of the game, shrine is missing. Yeah, it was like in the beginning of the first game when they like going to the island and they were like thinking why the shrine is not present. I don't know yet like why that would be the relevant or anything, but maybe somehow. I mean, Shan was there, so if I can believe strongly that Beat was challenging me to the fair game where reasoning is possible, I can be sure of that. That means that Beato had already concealed clues, hints, and messages within the tale so far. It isn't from Decalogue, but Erika or someone has said this. There are 3 riddles to be exposed in the mystery. Yeah, who do it? Who is the culprit? One is the how do it? How did they commit the crime? One is why do it? Why did they commit the crime? All of this meant the clues related to these 3 riddles are already present inside this tale. So, even the why do it is presented already. The one with I'm struggling the most. I said before it's like something about revenge, and based on the previous episodes I still go by this. Because I don't believe the money is the only thing. No, strictly speaking it's like this. Bato scattered hints about because she wanted me to solve those 3 riddles. Though whenever I'm capable of catching those hints or not is another matter. Even if you pose a riddle thinking it's easy, it might be difficult for the person trying to solve it. Therefore it's only natural for the 3 to be a difference in how difficult each person thinks it is. That's why, as Beata went through each successive game, she watched me closely and tweaked the game as needed to get good arrangement. When Beata realized that I completely surrendered in the 2nd game because it was too hard, she secretly worried. And she made it easy, yeah. If I surrendered and lost the will to fight, the game would no longer remain on an even footing. Therefore, in order to make me regain my will to fight, from the 3rd game onwards, she set things up in a way that made it easier for me, giving me tips on how to fight and a few hints. The appearance of Ragilia and Runova was obviously so that they could help me. Okay, the fight. Also though, we still had the casual crazy magic shows. She gave me the metaphor of the brown tube trial, as well as tips on how to fight back. I finally understood how to fight, and at the end of the 4th game, Bato managed to have all-out showdown with me that she had probably wanted most of all. Yeah. Then Bato acknowledged my abilities had become full-fledged, and trusted me with her heart. And trusted me with explaining this tale, didn't she? In that case, it was really dumb of me to boycott most of the 5th game. Ah. Just because I was so disgusted with those 2 witches. It doesn't matter who the game master is. All I need is to search for the truth in Beato's game. On the contrary, I should probably thank those 2 witches just a little for continuing the game in Beato's place now that she's gone and left everything to me. Of course, I doubt those evil witches were trying to do anything of the sort. Culprit, crime, motive. The answers, the hints to those 3 ultimate riddles must be scattered through the tale shown so far. So, basically this is what I thought. So this is like confirmation for me. So I was right about my bags of hints theory that I made like few episodes ago. Like, there's a story that we don't know about, and the episodes are like bags of like hints and clues that brought together complete the story. So I can make theories about what happened in each episode, but it's not like definitive Umineko stuff. It's just like, I mean, I'm not sure how to tackle it really. I'm not really sure how to do this. I know what I must do, but I'm not sure how to do this, if you know what I mean. Because it's easier to make a theory from like one perspective, from like one episode, like each episode have its own theory. But how do you mix them? That's difficult. I don't know how to do this yet. I never had to solve any mystery before. It's probably a very faint light, like trying to find beads that have fallen onto the sandy beach. They're definitely there. However, they're so faint that unless I believe strongly, there's no way I'll be able to find them. Bring metal detector.
金家謹んで申し上げる。
なんだ
Okay.
物語を遡りたまえ。
Go back through the tape! Okay, so from the next episode we are rereading question arcs again.
今の汝には真実のか弱き光を見逃さぬ目が与えられていると知れ。
今こそ物語を
Yeah.
推理可能とは信頼関係の先にあるものと知りたてまつれ。
For the reasoning impossible, trusting relationship is required. But why? I don't understand this. Why trusting relationship is required? What do I get from trusting Beato? The only thing that I get from trusting Beato is that she's making this thing to be like solvable. Trusting her doesn't give me any clues. I guess from perspective of like Butler and like, you know, having hope and stuff, that makes sense. Okay.
あ
But we all know it's solvable.
あいや今ようやく気づいたかもしれない
It's something that has been repeated over and over again through the tale. Persistently so.
愛がなければ真実は
God damn it, he said that! He said that! He said that! I finally dropped that! Slowly, the tea room dissolved into darkness. Then, as though I was slowly sinking into a pitch-black sea, I passed through the cracks of the long journey I'd taken with Beato, and kept on falling and falling. Just a bizarre experience, like crossing over the boundary of sleep while still conscious. Are we back to episode 1? Mom. The several tales that had come before became faint bubbles, no, perhaps small shining fragments that were scattered like stars in a pitch-black sky. I kept sinking on and on into that sea. You know how it feels? Oh! Whoa, whoa, whoa! I cannot read that fast! Okay. I can't read that fast. I cannot read that fast. Wait! Don't do this to me. Goda, Kumasawa... Okay. You know how it feels right now? As if Butler is a voyager. Because he's traveling through fragments, through the other worlds, through the other episodes. Because each episode is like different world, different game board. Different world game board. Right? He feels like he's like a witch, like a traveler, like Berncaster and Lambda Delta. He's traveling through the fragments. The tales up now, until now, one after another. Virgilius guided Dante to Mount Purgatory. What? Also, we know that Metaworld is Purgatory. Because it was called Purgatory like first episode. On the Tea Party. And led him to Beatrice, the eternal lady who waited at the top. Should I check like some kind of like texts about Purgatory if like there's someone who is called Beatrice there? Or what? Therefore, the innermost depths lay not at the bottom, but at the peak of Mount Purgatory. The Eternal Lady had been waiting there for Dante the whole time. I think it's oh shit! Oh shit! Everything passing by! Red web. And then I knew. Knew what? I finally reached the truth. We've beaten Umineko! Holy shit! The end! In the depths. No. At the peak of Mount Purgatory. Baka. You really are an idiot. Oh! Panther's reviving. Lyrics! Soundtrack with lyrics! Okay. He woke from the sleep of death, and bit by bit, his sense of pain came back to him. As Butler hung there, pierced by the longsword, his head still tilted towards the heavens, life gradually returned to his face, through an expression of suffering. I'm talking about Beato. Butler noticed. Oh, she was there! The whole time, Beato had been snuggling up against him, sleeping. And when he held her, he found that it was not Beato, but her crumbling remains. Oh, she's gone actually. What? And because of her form was as fragile as ash, when Butler tried to hold it, just like the sandcastle made on beach, being washed away by a small wave, it fell apart and lost its form. At Butler's feet lay nothing but the ragged remains of Beato's dress in a pile of ash. No, on top of that pile of ash, he could see something sparkling gold. It was the husk of a single gold butterfly, which had been torn to bits. And so Butler knew. I did reach the truth, but I wasn't able to do it. While Beato still remained in this world.
ベアト、お前本当にバカだろ。俺はようやく
What's the truth?
お前のこのふざけた謎の真相に
He reached the truth. Who is Beato? That was her last question. Who am I?
お前のお望み通りに
But it's too late.
くじけずにとうとう最後までたどり着いたのに。なのにそれを待てずにくじけちまったんだよ。お前はあんなにも信じてたんだろう。俺が絶対に真実に至ってくれるって。ならどうしてそれを俺と一緒に信じて待てなかったんだよ。永遠の拷問を強いていたのはお前じゃない。俺だ。俺がお前に過酷な拷問を強いた。そしてお前は最後まで抗い俺に訴え続け、そして俺はようやく今になってたどり着いたってのに、お前はもう待ってなくて手遅れになっちまった。
What do we do now?
バカ野郎。どうしてお前が先にくじけちまうんだよ。
It's my fault. I forced her to endure this torture. In fact, I'm amazed she endured for so long. She kept on appealing to me over and over again. Because I was so incompetent, I couldn't even begin to understand the truth.
バカ野郎。バカ野郎。お前の謎はさ、ひねりすぎなんだよ。どうしてもっと簡単に言えねえんだよ。 バカ野郎。うわー。
He lost her. His scream of pain filled this cathedral of sorrow. The sad witch who wasn't able to let Butler know the truth. The sad man who wasn't able to understand the witch truth. Butler howled in anger and sadness for both of them. The clock hung in the cathedral showed that it was midnight of October 5th, 86. Time was up for everything. We are going to create a riddle as hard as this. Be so proud of it. Don't go and set a goddamn time limit on it.
いや、わかるぜ。それほどのわずかな奇跡の中に、お前は祈ったんだ。お前もじいさまと同じだったんだ。
Just like grandfather. You prayed for and bet on the power of miracle. One so unlikely that it was totally impossible. Less likely than finding a bead you've dropped on the sandy beach. And because you did, I have now arrived at that miracle. But your time didn't last long enough. You had reached this point even a little sooner. If I could have seen the truth, even if it had been right before time was up, I might have been able to save you. But now, I've been run through pathetically. I can't even hold what remains of you. I struggled, attempting to pull the longsword out, or at least touch her remains by stretching out my arms, but neither worked. At that time, I noticed a golden glint on the palm of my hand. It was a single wing from the golden butterfly, just like a single wing of eagle that for Shiromiya family. That small fragment of gold was the only piece of Beato that I was permitted to touch. I cried with all my strength, gripped that fragment and pressed it against my head, apologizing. Why couldn't I reach the truth earlier? Then I pressed it to my chest, promising that even though things had come to this, I would never again lose the truth. When I pressed my hand against my chest, the sword piercing my chest cut my wrist, and blood dribbled out. That blood sprayed through my fists, and it must have soaked that gold fragment with my red blood. It must have been the only way of telling her that I found the truth she wanted to tell me. I clutched the wing of the golden butterfly with my freshly bleeding hand and pressed it against the red sword that impelled me. In this moment, Shiromiya Butler knew and understood. He had arrived at the entirety of this tale. At that moment, it seems as though a faint golden light flicked out of the grasp of his clenched fist. Is she going back? Oh, for fuck's sake, Erika, go the fuck away with here. Oh my god. Oh! Don't do this to me! Oh! Don't do this to me, Erika, go away! I hate you, don't go away! God damn it! The two witches had their backs turned, and Erika was laughing at Buttercorpse.
本当に無様ですね、バトラさん。あなたの愚かさを石像にして永遠に。
Oh, okay. So she was just like observing this, okay. Just then Butler's chest. No, the red longsword impaling Butler began to shine gold from deep within his chest. Oh, it's changing. It's yellow now. I mean gold. The bright golden light began to change the red sword color, turning it gold.
何事？
Yeah, like what the fuck?
バトラがこれは何？
The truth has changed. The truth has changed. How the truth could change? I mean, he figured out the truth, so... What's the truth? Solve the Umineko! I mean... Yeah, solve the Umineko, god damn it. I want to solve Umineko, but I made like pretty good theories, so maybe something is right? Butter cut up blood and ground. His consciousness came back. His will to live, his will to fight, come back. The red longsword impaling Butler could no longer be described as such. By now, it had become a golden longsword. Then, slowly, it pulled itself out of Butler's chest. After it finally pulled itself out of Butler completely, it flipped through the air and stuck upright into the ground in front of the Butler's eyes, as though it knew who its master was. What is this? Why is it so epic? A Butler crawling on the floor and moaning grabbed the golden longsword and looked at it, and though it looked painful, he slowly rose to his feet once again. Do we just get like new kind of truth? I swear, we have like red swords, blue swords, and now we have yellow or like gold. Is it powerful? I guess it's powerful, right?
これラムダの隠し玉？その輝きってまさか。
Lambda stared wide-eyed at the bright golden glow in a way. Okay. Noticing that Butler Resurrection wasn't part of the script Lambda had put up, then also frowned slightly.
悪いわね。最新は却下よ。シエスタ姉妹、その復活幻想を削除しなさい。了解であります。45、410、発砲許可。
Okay. Butler have endless 9, you cannot even scratch him probably. They cannot even shoot. And we heard the triggers. There are definitely some kind of guns. So maybe they are actually Winchesters. Great.
39だと。
Yep, endless 9. The Chester hesitated, unable to carry out Brinka's orders.
ラムダ、これはどういう茶番よ。完全に魔女幻想は打ち破られて、法廷は私の勝利に終わったはずよ。
悪いわね、ベル。もう少し付き合ってもらうわ。そうでしょ、後ろ宮バトラー。
ああ、
What's going to happen?
待たせたな。エリカ、ベルン・カステル。今度は俺の真実。
For my truth? Is it like going to be like specifically truth just for Butler?
再審請求を受理するわ。
Accept request. Oh my god.
魔女集会の幻想法廷の閉廷は撤回される。
What the hell? Really?
異議提出。すでに裁判は決審し、判決は公示されている。
異議却下。いかなる判決も新たな真実の
By
前に。
new truths.
異議提出。バトラはプレイヤーを追放されただけでなく、魔女の地位を持たない。上告する資格を持たない。
異議却下。もうね、あるのよ。
He does now. Wait, he have the... He have the rank of witch now. So when I said like he feels like he's like a voyager, he's traveling through the worlds and he... What?
絶対の魔女 ラムダデルタの名において認めるわ。後宮バトラ、あなたを新たな黄金の魔女。
Wait, what? What?
いえ、無限の魔術師。
Endless sorcerer? Wait, what's happening?
なんですって。バトラ
They fused! They fused!
の位を。
Oh my god! What? The rank of a witch, which she had desired for so long, had been granted to Butler so quickly. And on top of that, it wasn't anything temporary. It was an official, proper authorization by Lambda Delta. Holy shit! Erika couldn't accept it, and her face turned bright red. Oh my god, you're going so destroyed. Endless sorcerer! New truths! What?
最後の最後まで楽しませてくれるわ。
But what kind of truth it can be? I mean, red truths are basically the truth that cannot be denied. Blue truths are theories. So what is the yellow one? Or the green one? Or like gold one, actually, in this case. Whatever.
いいわ、付き合ってあげる。エリカ、受けて立ちなさい。あなたが私と築き上げた赤き真実は完璧よ。夏日が犯人であるとする真実の構築は完璧だわ。絶対にバトラには崩せない。無論です、我が主。何の心配もありません。それよりシエスタ姉妹、我が主は射殺を命じていますよ。いつになったら命令は実行されるんですか？
Yeah, you cannot do that.
エラーコード39。領主照準には解除コードが必要です。
Targeted territory lord. What the fuck?
だからあいつはやると言ったに。
領主？誰が？このかけらの支配者は誰？
Who controls this fragment? So this game board, this... Who's the...
私です。領主。
You know something?
バトラが。はい。
How did he...
このかけらの正当な領主と認定されているであります。
Okay, he fused with Beato and suddenly he became the master of this game. What the...
そうよ。まだわからないの？あの黄金の輝きの意味が。バトラはね、至ったのよ。
Reach the truth.
すべての真実の最新王にね。
Inner depths of all truths.
だからバトラは今やこの世界の物語のゲームのすべてを理解している。
Outward Tale the game. He's new game master. He's like Lambda Delta or Beato before. He's of the rank like Lambda Delta. He knows everything. He can do whatever he wants with the game now.
それはつまりゲームの支配者の地位を得た
Yeah.
ことよ。
Holy shit.
それを信じたくないでしょ、ベル。
How do we continue with Umineko? Why there's like more episodes? Like... We pretty much have it solved. I mean, he have.
信じたくもない。
Yeah, also he's on better rank than Berncastle now, because Bern is not the game master. She don't know everything about this game. He's at least rank of Lambda Delta now.
いいわ。バトラが本当に全てを理解したのか試してあげるわ。エリカ。
残念ね、エリカ。せっかくこのかけらの領主に任命されたところだけれど、それを剥奪するわ。 このかけらの新しい領主は後ろ宮バトラよ。悔しい。ねえねえ悔しい。せっかく領主になれたのにいきなり剥奪ってどんな気持ち？どんな気持ち？
I'm sorry. Fairtrade detective.
私の推理を否定できるものなら知ってみればいいでしょう。
I want to see this as well.
不可不可不可不可不可不可不可不可不可不可。私の構築した推理に隙はありません。夏日が犯人であることは否定不能。
Do it, do it. Don't cut into episode 6. Don't do this.
夏日おばさん以外が犯人である推理を構築でき
He just casually threw the red truth. I can construct, and it's in red. He know he can. Someone ordered Natsuhi as a culprit.
確かにお前の真実は否定不能かもしれない。
Okay.
ならば同時にお前の真実は俺の新しい真実も
So there will be two truths at the same time. What? Butler spoke with the red truth, allowed him by his status as a sorcerer. Also, he can just say what Vargilia said him before. Natsuki is not a culprit in red. And he's allowed to do this now. Because he's the game master.
夏日以外が犯人でどうやってドラノールバトラさんの妄言に付き合ってあげてください。
Slowly, Delanor stepped forward. In her hand was the red longsword of the Decalogue. Oh my god. She also had the blue short sword. In Butler's hand was the golden longsword. The two rivals once again. No, for the first time, they truly confronted each other.
バトラー、待っていました。
Okay.
待たせたな。
いいえ。あなたの帰りは私の予想より早かったです。
殺しなさいドラノール A ノックス。
Delanor form disappeared in an instant. As though her slow, dignified movements from before were only lie. The trowel down by the longsword of the red truth burned itself into the retinas of those who saw it. Before anyone had enough time to follow the trail, it was already approaching Butler's chest.
エリカ教の推理により第5のゲームは解決しました。
The blue truth, okay.
この推理による真実を覆す新事実は存在しません。
Okay, that's the blue truth, okay. Logical Fury. And golden truth, holy shit! He actually has golden!
異なる真実の
But still speaking red, I was excited to see like actually yellow text here. God damn it. Kinda disappointed. But still excited. It's possible to present a different truth using different interpretation. Okay.
異なる真実の並列により両者の真贋を問う。
Okay, that's true. And you need to then figure out which one is like more true, I guess. In this closed off world, it's possible for different truths to exist at the same time. I actually talked about this in episode 4. You remember? I even have one episode that's like have it mentioned in like in the title. You can check on like my channel episode, and it's called Multiple Truths. It was the Fury that was created by, I mean, not created, it was just mentioned by Enje and when she was like talking with Amakusa when they escaped. And it was about multiple truths. And back in the day, I was thinking about multiple truths and if they are possible. I was right! Furthermore, as long as multiple truths exist, it's impossible to claim that any of the truths are the single truth. In the other words, even if I can't overturn Erika's reasoning by questioning its credibility and conquering it, I can defeat it.
ベルンの推理は完璧よ。簡単には覆せない。でもね、ベルンの推理と互角の推理を提示できたなら、戦いは氷結となる。すなわち、いずれかの真実は打ち破られて、否定されることがあり得る。
笑わせる脚本だわ。悪魔の脚本はやはりこうでなくっちゃ。
では問いましょう。夏日以外の誰が犯人という仮説ですか？
Okay. Who? Come on. Butler Golden Longsword, draw both red and blue trails at will. Okay, so Golden Longsword is just basically red and blue together, like staked. Okay.
夏日おばさんの告白した19年前の赤ん坊による復讐で構築可能だ。
Yep, we thought about this.
ノックス第1条。犯人は物語当初の登場人物以外は禁ず。
Yep, but as I said, I said this like before as well. Like if the person from the 90 years ago exists, and and they said that everyone from the island is in the room, then the person is already on the island. The person from the 19 years ago is already introduced. So Nox's first rule is beaten. Someone who is on the island is from the 19 years ago, but must be like within age range. Because it's 19 years. I don't know who. George? Again? No. Okay, let's just go. Oh my god. I'm going to lose my mind.
第5のゲームより登場した人物に犯人は名乗れません。
その19年前の赤ん坊は
Yep.
例えばそれが俺だとしたら
I mean, I made that theory as well, like in like end of the previous game, right? I mean, like this game, like it's like I feel like the game is just baiting me to thinking that. But I said like Butler cannot be the culprit, but which Butler? Which Butler is on the game board? We know that Meta Butler is not from Natsuki, so the Butler on the game board should be from Natsuki, right? Or it's other way around. No, the game board is not from Natsuki, because he couldn't tell it in red. Or was it otherwise? Anyway, one is from Natsuki, one is not from Natsuki. The one that's not from Natsuki, the one who is from Natsuki, as who could be a culprit and from 19 years ago, and that would say that Butler age is wrongly stated in the game, because it's stated as 18 years old, and he's not actually 18 years old, and that's why Rudolph wants to talk with him about. Yellow and red.
ノックス第8
Okay.
提示されない手がかりでの解決を禁ず。
With clues that are not presented. Okay, so this is trying to tell us that there's no clue that's telling us that Butler can be from 19 years ago. I think that's what she's trying to say. So there must be a clue if Butler said that he is from 19 years.
あなたが19年前の赤ん坊であることを示す伏線はあったのです。
Yeah. I mean, he was missing for 6 years. That's not 19. I don't think so. Let's see what Butler says. I'm not sure.
第4のゲームにおける俺が母親アスムの息子でないとする
So it is about that! So my reasoning was correct! So the red truth about not being Asumu and one being Asumu and having two Butler, actually it is clue, so I was right. I just like didn't like connected it to the Nox rule correctly. But I was right, okay!
第1のゲームおよび今回の
And that! In both first game and this game. Yeah, he wanted to talk in the first game as well, and he said I will probably die this night. Something like that.
今回のゲームだ俺の生まれに何か事情があることをはっきり明示している
Butler proposed that he murdered the baby from 19 years ago, and announced that he would reconstruct the crime with himself as the culprit. As the Noro cautiously held her sword at ready, she gauged the distance between them. Now that Butler inherited the position of this world territory lord, and even attained the rank of endless sorcerer, his movement surpassed humans' understanding. But now, the physical distance between them probably counted for nothing, because the extremely agile battle was surpassing the point where the concept of distance made any difference. Okay. I mean, Butler was always with cousins or with someone, so...
ああ聞かせてやるそれでも説明がつく
Like, about Butler being a culprit, like, for whole question arcs, I wanted to avoid it because it didn't make any sense. But I kinda wanted to include it after we heard the phone from 19 years ago. Because of, like, Butler voice actor, basically. But also, it would, like, and also by what I said, like, Butler is not a culprit, but we didn't have statement which Butler is not a culprit, because we know there are two. And in the episode 5, I want to kind of add Butler as a culprit, but I didn't still, like, you know, I still didn't finish episode 5, so I didn't, like, make any stream and theories about, like, you know, who was where and, like, time stamps and everything that I usually doing on streams. So I couldn't determine where Butler exactly was at the times and stuff. Let's see.
夏日おばさんが犯人だと決めつけることはできないこと
Yo! That was good.
Good.
Shut up, Erika. You have no place here. You are mere human. Go away. Shut up.
あなたが犯人というならいくつもの矛盾が生じます
Okay, tell us.
その矛盾があなたのか弱い真実を刈り取るこの私探偵にして真実の魔女フルドエリカが
We are no longer the witch. You are stripped of that position. Go away. This time Erika steps forward. You are so going to lose. Yo! Okay, she is a witch. Never mind. She got 5. Oh my god. What? And it's like purple, okay? In her hand, there appears a scythe like one a Grim Reaper might hold. A ruthless scythe for ripping everything that threatens her territory.
犯行時刻は24時からの1時間しかありえない
Okay. That's okay, yeah.
あなたはその1時間の間屋敷の食堂にいます。
And this is red. In that 1 hour, you were in the dining hall of the mansion.
よって犯行は不可能です。
Okay. What's your answer for this, Butler? What is this? And he just casually walked by.
24時からの1時間の間と特定はされていない。
Oh my god, this is true. This is so fucking true. They could just bleed to death. Or something. Or being poisoned. Whatever. That's true! Like, they could be poisoned. We know that poison exists. We know not even like which poison exists. It's not contradicting the Nox. We know that there's the poison. The one from the backstory of Kraus. But also we could use the sleeping pills from Rosa. They could just like, you know, put to be asleep. But wait, but Erika was hearing everything in the night. So Butler couldn't just like slice their throats. I guess if they were like in deep sleep, he could just slice their throats and go to sleep. Erika wouldn't find it like and wouldn't hear that because that wouldn't be like very like loud or anything, I guess. He could just like, you know, put them to sleep, slice throats so they like bleed to death overnight. That's valid, right? If he would put them to sleep. With sleeping pills from Rosa, for example. Beforehand.
よって犯行は24時から午前1時までの間でなくとも可能だ。
Okay, that was a new shattering effect.
いとこ部屋の殺人に限定します。
Okay.
午前1時から事件発覚までいとこ部屋での犯行は不可能です。
In the cousin's room. Impossible between first and the time of crime discovery. Okay.
ドラノール、今です。
提示されない手がかりでの解決を禁ず。
With clues that are not presented.
いとこ部屋で実際に犯行が行われたなら、手がかりが提示されなくてはなりません。
If actually was carried out in the cousin's room.
それが朝まで室内の異常を監視していた探偵であるエリカ卿に与えられなかった以上、犯行は不可能です。
Okay. Butler, help.
事件発覚とは俺が悲鳴を上げて全員が集まった段階のことだ。
That was the point which I let out screaming together. Yeah.
そこまでに殺すことが不可能であって、それ以降に殺すことが可能だ。
Yo! They needed time to come to the place. It's not like they instantly teleported because Butler screamed. He could just like first call them and then murder everyone. What? That's like so going overboard with like thinking. Holy shit. Butler used a blue flash to deflect both of Red's truths that Eric and Lenore had flanked him. Erika's eyes went wide. After all, what he had said was completely absurd. At that time, they still hadn't been killed. Even though corpses were lying, with their necks sliced open. Yeah, that could happen after. He was in the same room, he would do that.
いとこ部屋の4人の死亡は赤き真実で宣告されている。
Okay, now we... Okay! This is important. This is important. We might just get some, like, example of, like, denying Gert's truth or something. If it's even possible. The deaths of the 4 in the cousin's room declared in the red truth. Okay, it doesn't mean actually. It doesn't matter because if it happened after Butler screamed, then it's true. It's like it doesn't change anything, Erika.
魔女伝送のつもり
Erika, this red truth doesn't change anything. They died in the cousin's room.
あの時点で死んでいたジョージたちを魔法概念で蘇らせたつもり
なるほど。あの時点で死んでたと信じるお前にとっちゃ死者が蘇らされるみたいに見えるだろうな。
You believe they were dead at that point. It must look to you as though they were dead. It's like making the question marks fury. Basically, if we have people missing, we cannot declare them as dead. We had this, yeah, this is like the general thinking that we had on streams and stuff for question arcs as well. Like if someone's missing, you cannot declare them as dead. Also, there's like red truth that specifically says someone is red. If it was like in the red web, if the red web said that Nanjo is dead or anyone is dead, and we didn't have confirmation in red before, that doesn't mean they died like before. They died after the red web. I mean, at the time when the red web was created, that these people were dead. It doesn't mean like they were dead actually before, if it was not represented in red.
ならこれはお前にとって魔法になるだろうぜ。ならばお前に一矢報いるのは俺じゃない。
Okay, then who?
ほざて何度でも繰り返します。いとこ部屋の4人の死亡は赤き真実で宣告されている。そしてその遺体は大勢が確認しています。
It's still deaths in the cousin's room. It doesn't change anything, Erika. You're just like repeating yourself.
そして全ての死体は天使を誤らないとすでに赤き真実で宣言済みです。
Yeah, sure, so they're dead. 100%. I'm not arguing this. I'm arguing this that it's possible that they died after they were discovered. I mean, discovered, so Butler screaming.
これでも食らいやがれ、死者どもめ。
Yo, remove it!
その赤き真実が何時の時点でのものか。
Good one, good blue truth. Oh my god, we have Renova showing blue truths. What is happening?
お忘れですか、お嬢さん。
Yeah, like I said, it doesn't matter if you don't specify the time. It's like with the red web. I also said the same with the red web. It doesn't specify times. The first shower of red was blocked by the magical barrier set up by Renova. Suddenly appeared right in front of Butler. Now that battle was gone, the demons shouldn't have been able to manifest themselves in the real world. However, he existed here. And calmly dealt with Erika's attack. Calmly.
ロノウェ、どうやってここに？まあいいです。好都合です。
I guess Butler can summon him now because he's endless sorcerer. Like, they just like fused together. What the hell?
この場で捉えて、あんたも存在否定してあげます。
譲るぜ。
Oh my god, and he was like, to his servant. That's too easy for me. I would just leave it to you. Yeah, I would just go and have some cookies and tea that you made. Oh my god.
一つの傲慢なる真実。すべてを支配などできないことを教えてやれ。
Yes, Your Majesty.
Yes, Your Majesty! Oh my god! Good stuff!
では、少しお相手しましょうか。どうぞ、お嬢さん。
なら、あの赤き真実の死亡宣告は何時の時点でのものだというのですか。 それがあんたには特定できるって言うんですか。特定できない以上、事件発覚の時点での死亡宣告であることを否定はできません。
この法廷が改定したとき、ラムダデルタ教は宣言しておりますよ。
Hey, I don't remember.
24時を迎えての答え合わせだ。
24 answer session.
死亡宣告は2日目24時、すなわちゲーム終了時点のものです。
Okay. 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 Okay.
そしてそれは事件発覚後と呼ばれる2日目朝以降の殺人を否定するものではありません。
What the fuck?
では、あの時点で犠牲者は生きていたと。
So, wait, if we go with this logic, wait. So, okay, I will probably ask about this on stream or Discord as well. If my reasoning is correct, but maybe I might be just confused. But does it mean that we can like basically establish that red truths are always like have a meaning after the end, at the end of the road? So if like for example we have Chapel in episode 2, if you have in red established that these people are dead, then they can be not dead because the red truth applies to the end of the game? So when that would solve the canon stuff from episode 2, I believe, as well, when he was missing, because we had the red truth about when he reappeared. Because we had the red truth about like he's dead in that room. But remember, like I said, like what if it's in the future? Like he could like there was like he was dead in that room, or he died in that room, or something like that. And I said like it's different perspective of time, and he might died in that room, but later. It's not necessarily mean that he died there now. Something like that, you know. Okay, I might be confused just now, but I will just definitely like reread that and stuff. So don't worry, I'm just like freaking out now.
首がばっくりと裂かれているのに。
それを探偵殿はご覧になられましたかな。
Oh yeah, did you see that yourself?
確かに全ての死体は誰であっても検視を誤ることはないとなっておりますが、死体でないものを死体と言っていけないとは言われておりませんもので。
Against describing something other than a corpse as a corpse. So I was... So... Oh my god, so you can... Wait, so... You can't trust red truth. Like, if Nanjo examined people and say that they're dead, they're not necessarily dead because he just like described them as dead, but he might okay. Arinka swung her scythe recklessly, but Anova blocked everything with elegant gestures, made with a shield with one of his hands.
じゃあ、あの時点では誰も死んでない？まさか首に傷さえない？だって、じゃあ どうしてマトラは悲鳴を上げたんです？
橋本がお留守だわ、お嬢ちゃん。
This is Dragon Ball reference. I didn't knew ever even. Really? That was a meme status? I never heard about that. I know a bunch of like lines, references and stuff about Dragon Ball because I like watched that and stuff. But I never heard that one.
すべてのゲーム開始時に後ろ宮金蔵は死んでいる。
It's in red. Yeah? How does it change? Wait, what? What do you figure out? I don't get it. I don't get it! I don't get it! A pitch black hole opened beneath Erika's feet and swallowed her up. You should probably see through to the other side of the hole. It was the same thing you would see if you looked down through the skylight on the ceiling of the cathedral.
リア。ええ。
Oh, she had like magic wand or something. That's new. Vargilia could already be seen in midair inside the cathedral. What was that? What was that writing there? Let me know in the comments. In the 7th mode I would like see that, because that would not animate. As Erika fell from the heavens, Vargilia was right below her and thrust upwards with her divine spear glowing blue.
あなたの推理も顧みるべきではありませんか。金蔵は存在しません。
Okay, so?
よってあなたの推理の遺体消失が破綻します。
Oh, right, because Kinzo couldn't like sneak out and just like took them out. That makes sense, but I'm kinda mad now, you know, I'm like... This whole reasoning about Kinzo in the like whole courtroom we had before because it was presented by the peace perspective and it couldn't just like be disproved. Because detective couldn't like prove that he didn't exist or he died. They only knew that he disappeared from room and he could be somewhere on island. So why suddenly now they can do that? I don't get it. Why they can suddenly do that?
道理です。金蔵以外の人物が遺体を消失させねば破綻します。
Yeah, I still don't know why suddenly you can do that and you couldn't before. I don't know. Why? Is it because before was a trial and we had like pieces and now we have basically all the players? Is it a discussion between players now? And the game masters? And before we had discussion between pieces and the players and game masters? And we had to like follow the story? And now we don't have to follow the story. We have like now like a after a story discussion between player and game master. Is that why we can like now make Furies that different from board? She got heavy hit. Vargilia Blue Divine Spear squared and pinned Erika in the midair. Erika struggled, filled with hatred, but she couldn't get it out easily. Then all around her, several small, fast things clanked off the walls and surrounded her. Oh, the stakes are back! I saw the yellow one. 7 people manifested at once.
我らは煉獄の七姉妹主の仇思い知れ
Butler is their master now.
文鎮風情がジョージは死後遺体は一切移動されていない
What? What is this red truth? Oh, his body was never moved. He was not in the room. So what? Like... Butler... If we go with the Butler culprit, then what? Like, they were like asleep because of like Rosa pills. He first hid them in the room. Inside the room. Did they have to die in the room? Maybe? Wait, but after Josh's death. But I saw them being sliced throats in the beds. So when they were first found with the sliced throats, they were not dead actually. Not yet. Maybe they were put asleep and they were like slowly bleeding out. And... No, but Nanjo said they're dead. I'm breaking!
Jessica は死後遺体は一切移動されていないマリアは死後遺体は一切移動されていない
I'm breaking. I literally don't know what's happening.
ローザは死後遺体は一切移動されていないゲンジは死後遺体は一切移動されていない
After even Genji.
クラウスは死後遺体は一切移動されていない
Okay, Kraus is more like normal because we don't know even where he died.
よって遺体発見後に遺体が消失することはありえない
They could have vanished after being discovered. But they clearly did vanish! What do you mean? You saw bodies in the beds! And then you check again, and they're out! That can't be valid!
貴様の推理遺体は金蔵が運び出したは破綻する
But they disappeared! So how? And also Nanjo checked the bodies! He established they're dead! Unless Nanjo is working with Butler. What if Nanjo is working with Butler actually, and Butler is a culprit, and Nanjo make his like deduction correctly, obviously, and he says to others that they're dead, but they're not dead, and they will die later, and then they hide bodies, and then they die, or they like moved, because they're not fatally wounded yet, they are moved, and then they are killed, and then they left, something like that. That's the only explanation. So they didn't even die in these rooms.
だからなんだってんですか金蔵以外でだって死体の消失は説明でき私が推理の修正をこの私が探偵が
Yes, the third rate one. Even with Kinzo's existence tonight, Erika was probably capable of escaping this pin by making only a small revision to her story. However, to her having to revise the story she had already created was extremely humiliating.
夏日を追い詰めるためだけに策を浪しすぎたわね
推理を遊びすぎましたな。金蔵の死を赤き真実で語れるのは今やあなたの主だけではありませんよ。
Oh, that's why. Okay, but that makes sense. Yeah, because Butler couldn't before. Okay. So it is basically what I said now between like after game between masters and players, not between masters and pieces. So it's pretty much the same what I said.
これが魔女の闇を遊んだ報いです。それを知りなさい、フルドエリカ。
Of course, even Erika had doubted Kinzo's existence from the beginning. Yep. However, in the trial that had been taken place before, no one except Bergcastle, as well as Lambda Delta, who was going along with her, had been capable of denying Kinzo's existence. Yeah, that's weird. That's why it's weird. I don't know why they couldn't, because they are witches. They could just establish in red. Right? I kinda don't get it. What's the rules of this? Like, general rules of this trial. Why they couldn't, like, tell in red? As witches. We know detective cannot. Or reason it out, but... It wasn't like... They could just establish the fact, just like Vargilia said, Natsuki is not a culprit. She could just said it in red. Actually, maybe she couldn't. I mean, she said it to Butler, not to like everyone. Maybe everything that's happening must follow Nox rules. So in this court you cannot use red actually? You can use red before but not after? And because of the willful silence of those two, she had been free to shape the truth about Kinzo in any way she desired. Oh, it's just because they didn't want to like close gate for her. Okay, that makes sense. Because they were together. She never expected that Butler would become a witch, a sorcerer, capable of using red without proof. Okay. Okay, now it explains stuff. I should just read. I'm sorry, Umineko. I'm sorry, guys. However, she had her own Inquisitor, who could also use red without proof to counter. Okay, that's what stopped Butler before. The problem is, he's not a detective anymore. He's a game master. He knows already everything.
金蔵の死を赤き真実で示すならば、それを構築する人間の真実、証拠の提示を求めます。
Why? He can say that. He's game master now, right?
許せ、クソじじい。
Okay.
声ゆけバトラー、我がしかもわんねえ。
Step over my dead body. Okay, what's the proof? You have one, right?
証拠提示。
Okay.
後ろ宮金蔵と識別可能な遺体を提示する。
Okay.
その遺体が後宮金蔵であると証明することはできますか？どれほど金蔵に酷似した遺体であろうとも当人であることを証明できない限り、第三者の身代わり死体であるとの主張が可能です。それが金蔵の遺体であることを人間の真実で示せますか？本件のみ、赤き真実のみでの反論を無効とします。
Okay. This is getting really crazy.
赤き真実での反論を無効？
Any counter with red truth will be invalid.
そんな思考もあるのね。
Yeah, like, usually you don't need proof for red.
確かに第三者の死体が存在しないことはすでに赤で語られている。
Yeah?
しかしそれを赤で語ることを禁じられたら
Oh my god. If that's forbidden, that means there can't be the substitute. Oh my god.
バトラのやつお手上げじゃない
Like, so Nox rules is the only way that we can have to deny red truths. Like, for example, if we have about master keys, there's only 5 master keys. Is my reasoning right? If there's 5 master keys set in the red, we need proof for that, in according to the Nox. That there's only 5 keys. Some kind of... if there's no proof, and there is no way to prove that, it's basically like devil's proof. But we cannot use devil's proof. What is this endless loop? Like, stream will be crazy.
この閉ざされた六軒島ではこの死体がじい様のものだと示せる客観的な方法はない。
Also, if you are when you are watching this episode, the streams I'm talking about already happened. So don't worry. They are probably... I'm not sure yet when? Where? Either on like stream list? Actually no. I want like these streams to be like kind of like hidden. So we are like probably going to have like public streams, but the VODs of the streams, so you can recheck them, will be available probably on hidden list that's on Discord. And I want like this like Fury crafting stuff to be like for like specific members that's like, you know, on Discord and stuff. I don't want to like use too much space on the channel basically for like 8-hour streams or longer. Like, it's just like, it's weird. I will see. Maybe I will just leave them public. I'm not sure yet. If they're public, then you already know probably. Close of Rokonjima, there's no objective way to show that this corpse is grandfather's. Okay.
それこそはこの遺体が替え玉死体である可能性の示唆です。この身元不明遺体が金蔵の死を証明するものにはなり得ません。
チェックメイト、我が推理は揺るぎません。
Let's see what Battle says. Lanor had sealed off the red truth as a meaning of proving that Kinza corpse had been shown. Even with the power of witches, Butler couldn't argue back. Okay.
赤き真実を封じられて、どうやってその死体を金蔵だと証明するの？
6 fingers?
無理よ。
Like in the... like that we know that he had 6?
不可能だわ。
赤と青ならね。
Yo!
この死体が後宮金蔵の死体であると保証する。
It actually happened! Gold and truth! How... what's the difference between this and red and blue? What's the difference? Oh my god, I was kind of disappointed he didn't use that. I thought like... like his sword is just like just blue and red like in one place, but it's actually the oh my god. Okay, I can guarantee. What is the yellow truth? Then when Lanor met with Butler Golden Flash, she was unable to fully block it with either red her red long sword or her blue short sword, and she was blown backwards into the air. What kind of power is that? It was a direct hit, without any miscalculation. The ocean always seems as firm, as small, a giant before now. She was finally blasted away and slammed against the wall, as though she was the slender girl she appeared to be.
ラノール、あんた何やって。
What's the meaning of this?
見事な黄金の
Gold truth. What is that gold truth? Why it's so good? I guarantee. Is gold truth the like? Is that the theme of the gold truth? The guarantee? Wait, Lambda Delta is like witch of certainty. Wait, she can use yellow? Is that her? Is that her kind of truth? Is that what it is?
有効です。
It's valid.
黄金の真実。
Yeah, please explain. How the fuck that works? The golden longsword, which had been drawing red and blue trails before now, finally drew a trail which retained its divine golden color. The truth it showed was neither red nor blue. It was gold truth.
何それ。
Even they are like, what the fuck?
ラムダ、こんなのはルールにあるの？
Yeah, that's a good question.
ええ、黄金の真実、有効よ。
Okay, Lambda agrees. And Baron don't know what it is. Okay, Lambda. I guess that suggests that's your gold truth? I mean, your whole team is like yellow stuff.
黄金の真実はこの世界の領主、いえ、ゲームマスターにしか使えない。
Okay. Okay, so that's not just you. It's not just your butler. It's like game master in general. So this is basically like people are arguing about something, and the game master is just like standing up and, you know what? You cannot attack this orc. And they just like, what? Or you cannot defeat him. And they have like no way to argue with that.
なんですって。
黄金の真実、赤き真実とは
Divine truth.
によって紡がれる神その力は赤き真実と同等です。時に劣るでしょう。
Sometimes be inferior. Okay.
しかし時に勝る。
Okay. So it's very fluid.
その輝きこそがバトラ君が本当にベアトを理解した。
And the golden butterflies appeared. Wait! Golden butterflies appeared when he used the golden truth. Wait, does it mean that everything that happens when the golden butterflies appear is when Beato using golden truth, but we don't see it in text? Like the situation itself is the golden truth? Something like that? But it's usually shown as the magic. So that's not that.
示したぜ。
Maybe?
この死体がじい様であることを。
はい、黄金の真実、受理しました。
How the fuck does it work?
エリカ教の推理は修正に応じぬ限り破綻します。
I don't fully understand the gold truth. I don't fully understand what happened. How can that be valid? He just said like he guaranteed that. I guess. Yeah, because they said that the red truth will be invalid. So he cannot set something that have no proof without proof. So he said something that's without proof anyway, but in different color? What? Okay, I don't get... I need to think about this. It's not something I can like... just see and just figure it out just like instantly. I need to like a bit of... I need distance to this. Also, I'm too excited right now. I cannot think. Erika cried out in pain. It wasn't the pain of her body being impaled. It was the pain of her own fury being defiled.
なるほど、叙実トリックの寄せ集めかと思ったら、これはいつの間にか。とんだ傑作集だわ。
バトラー、それ以上語るは野暮に過ぎるわ。あんたの遺体消失の真実、もはやこれ以上語らずとも完全に理解させてもらったわ。
He can literally just solve everything with God's truth, I guess. Just say just whole plot. Even when you've made your truth about the corpses disappears fully understood. How is the golden truth different from the yellow? I guess, okay. Red truth can be used by... Okay, so... Pieces have the power of blue truth. Players have the power of blue and red. And game masters have power of blue, red and yellow. I guess. So... Pieces can use red. Players, while talking to each other, can use red. For example, like player and his piece in one room, and the other piece and player is like on another room. This player says, "I ate chicken," in red, and he don't need proof for that. He said that to another player that he ate chicken with his piece here, and it's true. But Game Master can say, he actually ate lasagna. And that overrules the red. I think that's how it works.
なるほどね。あんたの考えてるそれは、これまでの法廷のすべての赤に矛盾しない。
Actually, no, it doesn't work like that. It's rather like, I can guarantee that he ate the chicken, or I can guarantee that he didn't. He didn't eat the chicken. Something like that. Oh my god. What you are thinking of doesn't... What you are thinking of doesn't conflict with any of the red truths in this trial so far.
19年前の男の復讐を軸にしたあんたの真実、そのすべて理解し受理したわ。あんたの真実の成立を宣言する。そんな、どうしてですか、ダイラムダテル隊長。あいつはまだ全てを説明しきっていません。
秀吉の密室や夏日の自室の封印やクローゼットのボタンや、まだまだ他にも反論の手段が用意してあります。
あんた、まだバトラーに反論できる気でいるの？
You cannot argue against Game Master, he will just kick your ass. He's the rules. Only Erika, the one who's supposedly so intelligent, couldn't understand. She couldn't understand that Butter had already found the real truth.
以上により、じい様の不在は証明され、
And he come back with red.
夏日おばさんのじい様をめぐる不名誉は返上される。
Okay. So the bad stuff.
夏日おばさん、純潔にして低粛だ。貴様ら好みの下劣な物語は許さない。
バトラ君。
さらに、これまでの死者全員の死亡時間に疑義が生じる以上、夏日おばさん以外全員のアリバイは白紙に戻る。
Everyone besides Anatuya knew about it.
もはや、夏日おばさん以外に犯行が不可能であるとの論法は通用しない。
So it's not just Butler being a culprit, it could be anyone again. Donner, who must have risen to her knees at some point, slowly stood up. The flash from the golden longsword was still carved deep in her chest, though pain didn't show in her expression. Her awkward movements clearly showed how serious the damage she had taken. Even though she herself knew that this spelled the total end of the match, Lanor didn't abandon her duty.
されどあなたはいとこ部屋にて5人不可能な遺体を確認されております。
Okay.
それが虚偽であったとおっしゃるのですか？ノックス第7条、探偵が犯人であることを禁ず。
Okay. But Erika was the detective in the story.
探偵は客観的視点を義務付けられています。あなたの推理はこの義務に違反です。
Not really. Erika was the detective, not Butler.
探偵はフルドエリカだ。
Yep. Exactly.
俺は探偵じゃない。そしてノックス第9条、観測者は自分の判断解釈を主張
He used Nox against Nox. Nice.
ノックス第8条、提示されない手がかりでの解決を
Okay.
禁ず。
Oh wow.
これまでのあなたは探偵でした。
Until now, you have been the detective.
そのあなたが今回は探偵でなく試験を交える観測者であったことは示されていたのですか？
What the fuck? You can use Nox like that? I really don't. I'm not sure how to approach this anymore. It's so complicated. It's starting to be so complicated. I mean, I guess question arcs were complicated and I didn't understood them when I was reading that as well. And then I figured it out, like some stuff started to like clicking together after I started thinking and doing streams and stuff. So probably I can do this.
それがない限りあなたには主観を偽る権利はありません。
俺は今回のゲームで非分の謎の仕掛けを解いた時、じい様を目撃している。
Okay.
すでに赤で示されている通り、じい様は存在しない。
That's why it's viewer's perspective. He just claimed that he saw the grandfather. It's just his opinion and his perspective. He wasn't a detective. He was allowed to that.
その目撃は不可能だ。
Wait, what? Okay, let's just read.
よって俺の視点に客観性がないことはすでに示されている。
My viewpoint wasn't objective. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that, like I said, okay. So I was right. Because he said he saw him. His viewpoint was just like, you know, from the observer, not as the perspective of detective. Because detective couldn't explain the Kinzo.
それは風雨になびくシートか何かをあなたが誤認しただけの可能性があります。
Yeah, we had that theory before.
ノックス第9条を示す伏線とはなり得ません。
Why it cannot be? It's just the blue truth. Go away. Go away with that. Why it can't be used?
誤認は全ての観測者に許された権利です。
Mistaking things for something else is right permitted to all observers.
第4のゲームにてレアトが示した赤き真実。すべての人物は後ろ宮金蔵を見間違わない。
That one! It's back! It's back! It's the red truth, Beata used to counter my blue truth, claiming that someone disguised themselves as grandfather, and thereby made it seem as though he had appeared. In other words, on this island, anything which might lead someone to visually mistake something for grandfather, including someone else pretending to be grandfather, cannot ever work. So as I theorized in the episode 4 Fury, the place... Actually no, did I? Yeah, I think I said it in the episode 4. I'm not sure. Or maybe I had like side note of this? Like maybe the whole situation about... Like everyone could just claim through the phone that they saw Kinzo, but they were like forced to do this. And actually the whole situation in the conference room was like made up story for Butler and others in the that were like taking tests, you know. So they never saw Kinzo. The murders may happen and stuff, but like they never saw Kinzo actually, and they just talked about this like through phone and stuff because they were forced to. They never saw Kinzo. The scheme on Natsuhi once put together to make it seem as though grandfather was alive, only involving her saying things like, "He was here just a second ago," or "He is in the study alone now," cleverly exploiting the relative's blind spots to pretend he was there. She never tried to make anyone mistake something they saw for grandfather himself, so there are no contradictions. If she had tried to dress one of the servants in grandfather's robe, it would probably have been seen through in an instant. It can guarantee that none of the characters in this tale would mistake something by grandfather by sight, for grandfather by sight. If someone still claims to have seen grandfather, it becomes a falsehood. Everyone is permitted the right to falsify their observations. Yep. But there is one person who does not have that right. And that person is the detective. Okay.
風になびくシートを見間違え、それを何であったと誤認して語るのもノックス第9条の権利だ。
What? What is this? No one will mistake... What? But no one will mistake stuff for Kinzo. So why everyone is allowed to mistake... Oh, not for... Oh, okay, that's different. Okay, I'm sorry. Allowed to mistake sheet of wind for something else and talk mistakenly about what they saw. So they could mistake it for a person? And then they claim that it was Kinzo. It's like double lie. Or double mistake. Yeah! Yeah! Finally, I said something that Umineko actually confirmed for me in the next sentence and not denied. Yes!
金像を見たと主張された時点で誤認識ではなく意図的
Yes.
すなわち観測の客観性が否定されていることの証
And it's actually confirming stuff for episode 4 for me. It's intentional. Saying about Kinzo is intentional through the phone, so they're forced to do this. In this case, unintentional misrecognition is not permitted by the rules of game. However, it is possible to intentionally lie about saying something you never saw. And that is an action not permitted to a detective, burdened with the responsibility of the impartial perspective. So, we can this way also say who is detective of which game. Because it's not necessarily Butler who's detective on each game, right? If we see in any game that Butler talks about seeing Kinzo or whatever, then he's not a detective instantly. Anyone who never saw Kinzo and never talked about him could be detective potentially. Right? I mean, probably Butler is a detective in each game. Probably, mostly. But it's just like overall rule, you know?
これで決着だぜ。
いいえ、いいのです。あなたのような男が世界にいてくれたなら どのような傲慢からもか弱き真実を守ってくれたに違いない。もっともらしい一つの真実がか弱き真実たちを駆逐し、唯一の真実であると語る横暴から本当の真実を守ってくれたに違いない。
Butler Golden Longsword drew a massive blue arc, as though splitting the heavens.
あなたと戦えてよかったです。
よって今回のゲームにおける俺の観測は第7条でなく第9条に基づく。
So you don't need to use all... So like I said before, you don't need to use all of the commandments. He used 9th, not 7th.
じいさまを見たと主張したことがその証だ。
I didn't expect that there can be like this way of thinking in Umineko. Like in mystery games in general, in mystery novels. I wonder if you would know the genre of mystery, if that would be like more normal for you. I don't know. The noise which rang out across the cathedral was the sound of Glanor Longsword chattering to the sword, clattering. Simply letting go of that was the same as a resignation to the proud Glanor. Though the blue trail Butler had drawn was aiming right for the top of Glanor's head, it stopped a hair beneath away. If it hadn't, Glanor would probably have been annihilated without leaving a single scrap of flesh behind. Wow.
リザインです。あなたの真実の否定を断念します。
借りは返した。お前の親父に敬意を。実戒は傲慢でも批判でもなかった。
父に敬意を。
Glanor sat down on the floor and completely abandoned her will to fight.
何やってるんですか、ドラノール。情けない、みっともない、間抜けな薄のろ殺人人形。あんたは自分の父の名誉に泥を塗ったわ、恥知らず。それでもミステリーのくさび、魔法に屈するの。そんなのミステリーの歴史が許さない。
お前こそ何もミステリーを分かってないな。
Wow.
ミステリーが相手を知的に見下すための狂気にしか見えてないなら、お前に俺は二度とそれを語らせない。
バトラー。
お前に相反する真実を宣言する。
Okay.
夏代おばさんは19年前の男、すなわち俺によって内戦電話で脅迫されていたんだ。
Okay.
その目的は夏日おばさんを殺人犯に仕立て上げること。
See, Butler is exactly saying what I said like this whole game. This guy is just like trying to make Natsuki look like a murderer. His whole plan was to frame her. I just said that, like, god damn it, but I couldn't like prove it. So Butler did a good job here. Also, I couldn't do that because I'm not the game master, so props to Butler.
これは初めから夏日おばさんに濡れ衣を着せるための復讐劇だ。
違います。夏日が仕組んだ後宮家への復讐劇です。あなたの推理は私と真っ向から相反します。
お前のその青い槍まだ抜けないのか。
そうね。エリカからはまだ金蔵以外の理由での遺体消失を聞いていないわ。あんたの推理は現在否定中だけれど。
こんな槍など。文鎮どもめ、邪魔な。
The deeply piercing blue spears and the 7 red stakes tormented their fury. They won't come out. I won't come out.
修正とエリカの推理の誤りを認めるわ。そんな我が主。
Watching Erika face contoured with pain, as she struggled to escape from Spear. Berenkastel declared this with a disgust expression. For all intents and purposes, it was as if Berenkastel had acknowledged Erika defeat herself. With eyes of shock and despair, Erika looked up at the master, who no longer had any confidence in her victory.
あんたのプライドなんて知ったことじゃないわ。
Yep, pretty much.
いつまでその無様な姿を晒す気なの？私と同じ青い髪を許された分身がいつまでそこで貼り付けになっているつもり？私自らがやはり降臨しなきゃダメなのかしら。やはり駒なんていらないわ。ああ、めんどくさいめんどくさい七めんどくさい。駒なんていらないわ。捨ててしまおう。ああ、残念無念失望絶望期待外れの的外れ。
Okay.
早くしなさいよクズが。お前のそのみっともない推理を修正しろって言ってんでしょ。
Okay.
我が主修正いたします。我が推理を修正いたします。
Erika's face twisted in humiliation and tears streamed from her eyes. She withdrew and revisited her own fury in accordance with her master order. Okay, got something new? Mumbling quietly, she made various revisions with the blue truth. Had them acknowledged by Lambda Delta and finally had the blue spear smashed and was freed. Okay. Though that blue truth didn't that explain how the bodies had disappeared. It was truly shabby reasoning that reeked of desperation.
我が主抜けました。我が推理は完璧です。どこが？
Yeah.
無様この上ないわ。でも許してあげる。あんたのその顔と推理がとっても情けなくて笑えるから。
Erika was startled by her master, who wore an ugly expression. She thrashed about on the floor, crying bitter tears. The wounded Lenore stepped out before her, as though shielding her, and she spoke to Berenkastel as well as Butler.
どれほどみすぼらしかろうと修正されたエリカ教の真実は有効です。
ああ、そうだ。俺の真実に関係なく、お前の真実も同時に存在する。
Huh. I want to know what kind of like true Erika did. Is it something like that, like what I did? It's also shabby, right? Like I said, like they could like die but not died, and they were like hidden and then killed.
それがこの世界だ。
But like she probably did that in like more specific ways.
誰にも否定できないから。いくつでも、どんなに相互が矛盾しても、それらの真実は同時に存在できる。
Various truths, even they contradict each other. They can exist at the same time. Multiple truths. Can I claim that all of my theories about Umineko so far are good? But others can have like other truths.
ここでは想像の数だけ真実があっていいんだ。
As many truths as exist, okay.
誰も一方的に否定してはならない。
はい、そうです。エリカ教の真実は私が誰にも否定させません。
ドラノール。
このドラノールある限り、その真実をお守りいたします。どんなにみすぼらしくとも、私はその真実を嘲笑いはしません。
The words of Lenore, whom Erika previously looked down upon, led Erika to once again thrash about on the floor, sobbing.
そして唯一の真実が存在しない限り、すなわち俺の推理もエリカの推理も否定不能であると同時に、唯一の真実でもない。否定できないが絶対でもない。あやふ確定しない以上、魔女幻想はまだ存在してる。それを暴くことが許されてるのは
The best thing The best thing is that Butler already know, like, the whole Umineko truth. And he's still just, like, playing the game. He just presented his fury, like his counter fury.
この俺だけだ。
He didn't spoil the game. Hey, it's like Umineko fans. He didn't spoil the game to everyone.
俺以外にベアトリーチェの魔女幻想は暴かせない。
判決を変更。後宮バトラの示した真実によりエリカの真実の唯一性は失われた。しかしエリカの真実は否定不能。よって2人の真実は並び立つ。第5のゲームの決着を撤回。ゲームはイーブンに戻るわ。そしてゲームマスターは私から黄金の魔術師後宮バトラに移る。
She resigned from the game master seat. And she actually gave the game master seat to Butler.
後宮バトラ前へ。あんたを新しいゲームマスターに任命するわ。承諾する？
Officially.
しなさい。新しい無限の
New Endless Witch.
ああ、俺が新しいゲームマスターだ。第6のゲームは俺が紡ぐ。エリカ、今度こそ俺と決着をつけようじゃねえか。
Oh my god, so he will do the 6th game and Erika will be one that will try to solve it. He already knows everything. Butter is superior to you now.
この屈辱
Butter is superior to everyone.
与えたことを後悔させましょう。我が主第6のゲームにてもう一度バトラと戦う。
I'm still sad that Beato is no longer, but I guess they're fused. I mean, they're like got the golden butterflies, so... Oh my god.
ええ、もちろんよ。
あらすごいわね。あなたがチャンスをあげるなんて。これって奇跡じゃないの？奇跡の魔女にカステル。
エリカ、奇跡的にあなたは命拾いしたわ。第6のゲーム、バトラのゲーム。
Butler game.
何としても暴きなさい。
Oh my god. Also, do we revisit the title of the 6th game then? Because Butter is going to be the one who made the 6th game, not Erika now.
忘却の闇に捨てられたくなければね。はい。
It's one of the longest episodes of Umineko, probably.
ドラノール。
There's no way I'm like revisiting this.
次なるゲームにても全力を尽くします。
もう客人のふりはしません。
Okay, you will just like come by just as being the detective. Okay.
私とドラノールであなたのゲームを引き裂いてみせます。
ああ、
Who you will be? I will invite you
俺の第6のゲームに
to
な。
my 6th game. Oh my god.
悪いが、タイトルはお前のつけたチェックメイト・オブ・ザ。
Yes, we're going to change the title.
あなたのゲームです。あなたが名付けると。
Oh my god.
その挑戦、望むところです。私はフルドエリカ。魔女である以前に。
Okay.
あなたがこのゲームの新たな支配者であることを認め、そして宣戦布告します。絶対に暴いてやる。殺してやる。
Wow. 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 Oh my god. Butler's knowing the whole truth of Umineko and doing the same thing as Beato. Like Beato. He will just like make like murder story.
黄金の魔術師後宮バトラー。
ああ、存分にかかってこい。 フルドエリカ
Just watch, Beato. I will take charge of your game. And in the next game, I will prove that I completely understand all of your riddles. That one is good, man. Oh, wow. That was something else. I put myself a little bit like up here so you can like see the lyrics. Because I'll probably have to like make this music sound different or being very quiet. Oh, I cannot get my head over this for now. I need to like take a break and think about this. I just like don't believe like half of things that happened now. Butler just became the golden witch, the golden sorcerer. He have the power like over Lambda Delta, over the world, over the game board. He can create whatever he wants. What? Wow. Okay, let's just go for this and... Oh my god. Nocturne? Okay, I need to see what's the new title. I need to see what the new title is. Okay. New game board added. Next episode. New elements. Okay. I want to see if Butler is on the witch side now. We had the goldsmith there before. Kinzo. Okay, let's go and check first characters. I want to check like what changed. Okay, this is just the normal human side. Oh, we have Erika added. Yeah, okay, I think we had her before. Execute! Cannot execute Erika, really? Okay, which side? Oh, there's Butler! Holy shit! The man designed by Beato as her opponent during the first 4 games. Disgusted how Lambda Delta took over as a game master. For the 5th game, he is not taking part of it as a player. Execute? Resurrect? Okay, so we don't have him like as the like golden master like sorcerer yet here. Okay. Tips, let's see tips for episode 5. So we have the Decalogue, these things which are probably not important. Nox Decalogue is important, and we have like this stuff, which probably are not important too. And now let's go and see what's the 6th game. Down of the Golden Witch. Good morning, it is the last time for the curtain to rise on Butler's Sama's game. At last time. Okay, at least. Let's observe the fight from the opposite side of the chessboard. Okay, so we are not going to look from Butler perspective or Erika's perspective, but like from sideway. Game Butler Sama. This is some kind... Servant is saying this. It's the same as with like the letters. As I said, someone who's the servant wrote the letters because they used Sama. I said that many times before. And it's the same. It's again some kind of servant is writing this. Game Butler Sama said playing demanding role of the game master is no longer any difficulty level. At this point, there are no hints, but a confession. Okay. Okay. we'll see this in the episode 6, and I will see you there, I guess. I need like a bit break from Umineko, from reading. Need to take notes and see what I can do. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do at this point. I really don't know. I genuinely have no idea how to start this. Probably when I start doing notes and stuff I will thought about something, but not now. A lot happened. Thank you for watching this episode. Thank you for being with me for episode 5. Also, I want to give a special thanks to my channel members, because thanks to you I can grow this channel. And yeah, I just thank you all. Thank you everyone for being with me. That was a long road, and we are already in episode 6. So thank you for being with me, for listening to me, for this episode, and for the Pocket Watch. It's going out.